Hello, and thank you for stopping by to yet another edition of the Massachusetts Whiskies Review program here on YouTube, or should I say Massachusetts Whiskey Reviews program here on YouTube. My name is Thomas Metal 75, and this is your Massachusetts Whiskey Reviews for your Friday evening, the 21st of February 2025. Thanks for stopping by for a little impromptu live review. Just finished up work for the weekend. Wanted to pour a little bit of whiskey. What whiskey are we doing? As you can see from the title, we are going to be reviewing the Old Ezra 7 barrel strength, aged 7 years. And this comes in at 117 proof, which is 58.5% alcohol by volume, making it barrel strength. And it is distilled and aged in Kentucky for Lux Row Distillers out of Bardstown, Kentucky. Charcoal mellowed. And I bought this for $60 in East Providence, Rhode Island. The website for Total Wine shows this at about $79.99. It's a pretty good deal there. When I saw that, I knew it was the best time to try it at that price. So from what I could gather on the internet, this is a mash bill of 78% corn, 10% rye, and 12% malted barley. I could not find anything on EzraBrooks.com that told me that mash bill. Not much of a cork pop there. It is a real cork, not synthetic. And let's put the bourbon in our Glencairn glass, shall we? And obviously at this point, seeing that it is Friday evening at the time of this review, this is the first taste of alcohol for the day. All right. So we're going to use that patented 6-point rating scale to round out to your 100 points for the review. And that would be looks and aesthetics getting a maximum of 10 points. Same with the value, maximum 10 points. And your aroma, taste, mouthfeel, and finish will get as well up to 20 points each to round out your 100-point rating scale. So without further ado, let's go right into that looks and aesthetics of the Old Ezra 7 barrel strength. It's got a really nice, cool label. It says Lux Row Distillers right on the top of the bottle. It says aged 7 years at the neck. Good looking bottle. It is a nice, I don't know if you would call that mahogany, but just it's a really darker looking bourbon overall. Maybe a chestnut mahogany type of a color. Nice legs going up and down the glass. I think that looks pretty. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. And let's assess the aroma, shall we? Let's get a little swirl and get the bourbon acclimated all over this glass. A lot of nice cherry notes so far. Yeah, a lot of cherry, a lot of cinnamon, baking spices. So we only have about 10% rye, so not a huge rye spicy note to this one. Nice oak on this bourbon. I'm getting a little bit of char. I don't know what kind of charring they're doing in this barrel, in the barreling of Old Ezra 7. There might be a little bit of a minty herbal note in the background, but not as heavy as a bourbon with a higher rye content. There might be a little bit of a dried citrusy note Smells really good. Doesn't smell super hot. Or proofy. I can put my nose into it and get a really good whiff. Maybe some floral components. Yeah, definitely a dried orange. Let's give it a taste, shall we? Cheers, everybody, with that old Ezra 7-year aged barrel strength. Happy Friday. Ooh, nice sweetness up front. Really vanilla'd and cherried in the flavor right now. Cheers, my man. How's it going? So yeah, real sweet and cherried up front. Get a lot of cinnamon and baking spices. Pretty long finish. Some herbally notes in the background. A nice vanilla cream almost, actually. There's a bit of a nuttiness, maybe a walnuttiness to it. Mouthfeel is pretty full, I would say, not the fullest mouthfeel ever for barrel strength. So I'll go with like a medium plus on the mouthfeel. I've certainly got some oily properties to it, and it is certainly coating the palate. I really like that mouthfeel. Let me get back to the mouthfeel real quick. Yeah, it's real coating and inviting. Out of 20, I'll give that an 18 out of 20 on the mouthfeel. And that finishing note, I get floral notes. I get the wood tannin and the wood spice. I get an oranginess to it. And now I'm getting that toffee, vanilla cream, like almost like a cream soda-ish thing. That just is going on, and lingering spice is what really is driving this thing home. It's got a nice 117 proof, which is 58.5% ABV character, and that's coming through. But I would say it's nothing overly hot if you're into barrel strength, or for my beer people, if you like imperial stouts with higher ABV, it's kind of a similar experience. It's not really burning. It's just a really nice warming sensation. So I really like that finish as well. I'm going to also give that an 18. I don't think it's the most complex finish, but there's a lot of different layers of flavors that really take you on a nice ride without anything falling off a cliff. There are no rough edges to that. I didn't rate the aroma or the taste yet, but definitely the taste with that 78% corn is really, really sweet overall, but nothing that is cloying or just like too much like eating sugar or something like that. But yeah, it's super upfront with that flavor of the sweetness, wood tannin, spice. Some dried citrusy, orangey notes, that floral components in there, and then you get the vanilla, and then I get the wood next as it starts to dry. That's a really good. I mean, this could just get 18s across the board almost. Let's see. So that's the taste. I'm gonna give that an 18 as well. And I didn't rate the aroma there. I could probably just go straight 18 almost. I think the aroma is a little bit more ethanol forward than even the taste is, honestly. I mean, it's classical bourbon notes with more of the dried citrus and wood, less sweetness, and char. And it's cherry notes. Definitely getting the cherry, char, woody notes out of the 7 years of aging from this old Ezra on the aroma. And more ethanol than the taste, mouthfeel, or finish. However, that being said, it's not the worst. That may be the worst. Actually, what I was trying to say was, that being said, that is my least favorite aspect to the whiskey is the aroma. So I'm going to go and give that a 17 out of 20 for the aroma. Jordy's drinking Heineken. Hello, Jordy's Den on a Friday evening. Cheers to you, good sir. I do love me a Heineken. Definitely better beers out there, but for a good, easy drinking malt Euro pale lager, hell yeah. Wait a minute. Maybe a little bit of a chocolatey note on the aroma. And maybe some slight chocolatey mocha notes there in the taste as well. I'm going to stick with the 17. So I paid $60 for this bottle. I had a feeling that was going to be a good price because I usually see it much higher than that, or within that next $10 to $20 more normally. So when I saw it in East Providence, Rhode Island of USA, I said, yes, must acquire that finally. So is that a 10 out of 10 on the value? Maybe. To be on the safe side, I will give a 9 out of 10. And Jordy says, kind of got a Western look to it. A genuine sour mash whiskey. Yeehaw, Jordy. Well, it's Kentucky Western. I don't know. But yeah, it kind of is like that in theme. But anyways, let's tally up the scoring. I think we've talked about all the aspects we could. And those aspects lead us to a scoring of 8 out of 10 for looks and aesthetics. We're going to go with a 17 for the aroma, 18 across the board for taste, mouthfeel, finish, and your value is 9 out of 10 points. Good score today. Good score indeed. Good score indeed. What does that bring us to today? For the old Ezra 7 years, or 7-year barrel strength, it gives us an 88 out of 100. Awesome, amazing stuff. And remember here on the back of the bottling, I don't know much more about the bottle, but just remember here, the back of the bottling says distilled and aged in Kentucky, bottled for Lux Row Distillers, Bardstown, Kentucky. I don't know enough about old Ezra to tell you particularly what exact distillery did the distillation here. But I would say, would I say 9 out of 10 on the value if this was $80? Probably it would get a much lower score, I would say, on that regard. But at $60, I'm pretty head over heels about this. And the greatest part to me about this whiskey and is that, yeah, it's got a little bit of warmth to it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not getting burned in the palate, and my palate's not being singed with the fire from 117 proof. I don't want to use the word smooth because no, this is not smooth drinking whiskey. However, I appreciate when a barrel strength whiskey comes across with all of its full flavored components, because that's what is mostly interesting. The high ABV is not the thing that's mostly interesting to me about barrel strength and high proof spirits. It's the flavor components that come in with that higher proof that really drive the overall experience. And a value of 9 out of 10 right now, I'm having a great experience. And now at this point, even that cherry note is really driving home in the finish, mixed with those peppery, woody notes. So I really like this one. I think it's good. Worthy of your time. If you can get a sample, try it at a bar, or I don't know if I would pay $70 for this, but I wouldn't want to pay any more than $70. So if you see it under 70 or right at that particular range, go and take a chance. I took a chance at 60. I think that's pretty good value. If you see it under $60, if you see it, I'm going to tell you, if you see it under $60 or right at $60, fucking screw it. And, pardon my French. Screw that and go grab the bottle. That is a steal of a deal. Cool. So 88 out of 100. I'm going to close this one out and tell y'all until next time. Keep tasting those great whiskeys and bourbons. Cheers. We'll see you soon. And every Friday, Eastern time at 8 p.m., go check Eastern time, I said, yeah. Go check out Come Have a Beer with Alex, the Beer Master, on his channel. It's only stipulation, bring a beer. And if we like you and we love you and Alex is willing, we can get you a link to the program to show up. But be a participant of beer and in good spirits is all we ask. So again, until next time, keep tasting those great whiskeys and bourbons. We'll see you soon. Bye.